Ladies and gentlemen, Burkina Faso just broke another record, and you guys have to see this. Ain't no way in hell you guys don't see this, right? The last time they discovered oil in Burkina Faso, Emmanuel Macron said that they found a silver fluid in Burkina Faso, that it's a useless fluid that is not going to be oil, that there is no oil in Burkina Faso. But ladies and gentlemen, with the help of the Russian mining company, they were able to discover oil in Burkina Faso, and they said this was going to also be an economic booster for Burkina Faso. But fast forward to today, guess what has happened? Let's watch this video.
Under Traore's bold leadership, Burkina Faso is proving that Africa has everything it needs: resources, vision, and power. Sources say China and Russia might have played a part in helping supply the new machinery and training the engineers behind this groundbreaking project. But make no mistake, this victory belongs to Africa. Western media is struggling to hide the news. Meanwhile, African citizens around the continent are celebrating online, calling this the beginning of Africa's economic revolution. President Traore has announced that the oil revenue will be used to build new cities for the poor, fund free education and hospitals, and transform Burkina Faso into a self-sustaining first world country. And here's the kicker. He said he's not selling the oil to the West. Instead, he plans to use it to fuel African industries and empower other African nations to rise. The world is watching. Burkina Faso is no longer in the shadows. This is a new era and Traore is leading it. Stay tuned, the revolution has only just begun.
Now you can see that France has been looting and plundering this country. And like the narrative went, that without these three AES states, the whole Francophone country cannot continue to handle the responsibility that France has placed on them since the colonial era. They take everything from those people and just give aid back to them. You know, the shocking thing happened, I think, in 2022, when France wanted to contribute about 7.6 billion CFA franc to the economy of Burkina Faso. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that was when Ibrahim Traore was in power, and Burkina Faso was not taking, the citizens were not having none of that, and they collectively came together and they were able to collectively come up with 300 billion CFA franc. And from that moment forward, it has been a red line between Burkina Faso and France. So it's not an issue of Ibrahim Traore. It's about the people of Burkina Faso really emancipating themselves. It's about the people of Burkina Faso knowing their true identity and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I think this is no longer a thing of Ibrahim Traore. This is a thing of everybody in Burkina Faso now knows that France has a very nasty agenda, and they have now separated their path with France. I don't think France and Burkina Faso or any of the EA states can never ever, have anything to do with each other again. And I feel like that should be the same thing that should go for every other African country. I think it's time for Africa to wake up and turn towards the right path, because whatever France bring and all other imperialist or colonialist that has been in Africa is just darkness and utter destruction. I can tell you categorically that they are basically funding the terrorism in the country, and that is why you hear them saying that they need more help, they need more resources and all of that. They want to come in through the NGOs. We now know that the NGOs are their spies, and we equally know that the mainstream media is their propaganda media, and that is why in this social media era we have made it a responsibility to continue to counter their offensive, and we are going to keep staying strong. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just another update that we said we should update you guys with. If your boy 7200 signing out, enough said. But before I go, Aluta continua, Victoria Santa.